Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Kindly subscribe to our channel. There is an incident that took place in Homabay County, and I read a lot of mischief in it. Apparently, a group of Nyanza rebels under the banner of the ICT CS Eliud Owalo, the national government, that is what they say, had organized for a forum where more than 500 women are being trained on financial management and entrepreneurship. The people who organized this, or among the people who are there, are the CS Eliud Owalo of the ICT, the Lake Victoria South Water Works Development Authority Chairman Odoyo Owidi. We had the Siaya UDA patron Oyugi Dor, among other rebels. And when I say rebels, you know what I mean. Those who are reading from a different political page from Raila Odinga, and those who believe that Raila must exit Nyanza politics for them to thrive. Now they say it is a national government because it is under the patronage of the ICT CS Eliud Owalo. So apparently, as this forum or meeting was going on, it is reported that a man hurled a teargass canister in one of the tents, because the women were gathered in several tents, and somebody, they say it is a bodaboda rider, just hurled a teargass canister and he vanished. Then a few moments later, a group of residents went and did community policing, arrested him, and handed him over to the police. The reason I have a lot of suspicion about what happened is because there is a lot of tension in Nyanza, and this tension is just created by these rebels. Just recently, William Ruto attended a Nyanza tour, a development tour. And one funny thing that happened is that this tour was arranged and planned by Eliud Owalo in conjunction with the rebels. But then when William Ruto went to Nyanza, it is like the governors hijacked the tour, because the rebels had expected that they wanted to take political mileage, and they expected the governors in the four counties, the Homabay, Wanga, in Kisumu, Nyongo, in Homabay, Chilayako, and in Siaya, Orengo. They expected the four governors to snap this development tour so that they could start their usual political rhetorics. But I think Raila Odinga was smarter than them, and he instructed the Nyanza governors to attend, and they were in charge of those meetings. You see, whenever a governor has attended a meeting and they are there with the president, the rebels are pushed to the periphery, and they were not very happy. So they are revisiting this story again, and I believe that they want to achieve a particular political goal, and that is exactly what I want us to look at. Because what was happening is a kind of development. When you converge women around and you want to train them, and they are saying that the training involved how they can bank, you know, such kind of things, opening an account. And it is funny that the governor was not involved in this. Or if she was involved, like it was in Homabay, it is not indicated there. And the people who are championing this are those rebels who would not even want Governor Wanga to be part and parcel of it, because they want to gain certain political mileage. Number one, I want to tell you why I believe there is more than meets the eye. These people want to portray Raila Odinga and the entire ODM as violent people. They want to say that when this was happening, an ODM or a Raila supporter just got a teargass canister from nowhere and hurled it in one of the tents. The question is one: where would just a mere bodaboda rider get a teargass canister? Where? Because the canisters and teargass are in the possession of policemen. So in the order of hierarchy, it is only a minister who can easily avail the teargass canisters. And I believe this is something that was choreographed to portray ODM as violent. But I'm telling you, this will not work. They also want to portray ODM as anti-development, because when women are being trained, so they want to say that when something is happening to the effect that is training women, something that is giving developments to local people, these are the people they call maybe the hustlers. So they want to portray that either Governor Wanga or Raila Odinga or the leadership of Nyanza does not want development, because according to them, they say that Raila loves too much politicking. You've seen this kind of narrative, a very dirty narrative, that they want to emancipate Nyanza people from the manacles of Odingaism, the chains of Odingaism, because according to them, they feel that those people who follow Odinga or Raila have been chained, and this is what they want to do, that Raila is anti-development. But let me ask you, when William Ruto took development to Nyanza, the governors were there and people came out to welcome Ruto there. So they cannot turn around there now and tell us that the ODM or Raila is anti-development. They'll be left with a rotten egg on their face. They also want to portray that Raila is politically intolerant, because people like the CIA Oda patron or Yugi Dor, this thing is just the UDA doing it. And so they want to maybe make portray Raila as someone who does not want any other party in Nyanza. Yet when William Ruto went to Nyanza, he opened an Oda office in Homabay, and nothing happened. So for them to turn around that they want to portray that maybe if this thing is being championed or under the patronage of Oda guys, then Raila is intolerant, they are wrong. In fact, if anything, it is only Raila Odinga who has always expressed a heart of working with those who really offended him politically. He worked with Moi, who detained him for 8 years. He worked with Kibaki, who robbed him of his victory. He worked with Uhuru Kenyatta. I mean, you cannot, because Kenyans are not fools. Let me remind them of what William Ruto said. Kuna upungufu wa wajinga. We have a shortage of imbeciles in Kenya. We know what is happening. They also want to gain sympathy, because getting into the people's hearts has really proved to be a hard nut to crack. It's not very easy for them, because William Ruto wanted to use them as a ladder to get into Nyanza politics. But you've seen the way they were embarrassed. They were really shut down in some of the events where Ruto were. I remember one in Bondo where they were not even given an opportunity to talk, including Gideon Ochanda, who is the current member, who was the host in Bondo. People shut him down and he could not even talk. So these people are looking for sympathy so that they can be accepted. But I'm telling you, Kenyans are wiser, because we can already see from far what their motive is. We can already discern what they want. And I've always advocated for clean politics. If there is a person who feels that they want to oust Raila from Nyanza politics, don't tell Raila to retire. Just be an alternative voice. Tell people what you think Raila is not doing right, and tell us how you are going to do it right. But in a scenario where people are suffering and all the promises that were given by the Kenya Kwanza team is not coming, the prices of basic commodities are just too high, the cost of living is just too unbearable. I mean, there's nothing you can tell people. People are very tired, including those who voted for William Ruto from Rift Valley and from Central. And so this is not gonna work. Let them try their best, but let them not try this kind of politics. You cannot tell me that a bodaboda rider can get a teargass canister, then he hurls it in someone, he's being apprehended and handed to the police. No. Try something else. This is cheap politics. And Kenya, at the age where we are politically, we are beyond this cheap politics. And that is my take.